am so excited to show you the newest topper that I've added to my line. I am really excited about this one because this is first time I have a topper with back to my natural hair color, the dark brown, and it is the same topper I have used previously, the Claire Real Remy Human Hair Topper, but this time we are going super long. Super long, and I am so pumped because it's been a long time since I have had really long hair. So I love that I have this option to one, have fuller hair, to have thick, luscious hair, and to be able to have it long when I want it. So I have already gone ahead and plucked out some of the part line. I have a pretty pale head and it's a pretty wide part line. So I went ahead and made sure that I opened it up a little bit more, and all that required was me taking tweezers and just plucking out where I felt that it should be. So you can see that this is, you can see right through, you can see my finger, my thumb there, see right through the part line, so you'll be able to see your hair throughout. I also, another thing that I have done has just been blotting it with foundation so that it would match the color of the foundation that I'm wearing, and just get rid of the little hair, the little brown dots a little bit better. You don't have, that's the first time with any of my toppers that I've done that. You don't have to do that step. And I will probably make another video where I show exactly the process that I go through. I have some exciting stuff planned. I'm also going to do a video where I show how I do braids, but I just wanted to do a quick one just to give you an idea of how I quickly apply the topper and just run out the door. Because it is a fairly easy process. It doesn't have to be long and tedious, and it can still look really natural. So I like to part my hair when I'm wearing the topper. So you can see my hair is like, it's a little bit like poofier on this side because my part was actually a little bit further along. I had it pretty deep, but when I'm wearing the topper, if you do it off to the side, then obviously it's changing the length of hair on one side, whereas it's mostly meant to be like middle part to get the same length on either side. So I tend to not go as deep with the part when I'm putting on the topper. So you can see that this one is a bit of a bigger base than the one I had. This one is a 6x6 base, and it's 20 inches long. The density is 130%. So what I love most about the Claire topper is that it's not so overly full and thick that I feel weird. Because when you have really thin and really fine hair like I do your whole life, having like that super full volume takes a bit of getting used to. So I prefer to keep it not quite so like huge. And I love that this one is just like more of a more natural kind of density, if that makes sense. So one other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you, because my hair is so short right now and I have a pretty blunt cut. If I could go to the hair salon right now, we kind of can't right now, but if I could, if there wasn't a pandemic and I could go to the hair salon, I would probably get some little bit of layering going on here, and it wouldn't be so blunt, so that when I go to put on the topper, it blends a little bit better. But because I have such a blunt cut, I happen to have extensions, just clip-in extensions that I've collected over the years, over the many years of wanting thicker, fuller hair. I have some that I've just gotten off Amazon, and I have some that I've gotten professionally. And I'm just gonna quickly put a few of them in along the base just to fill out that bottom area and kind of get rid of some of that bluntness. So I'll show you that real quick. So normally I would go in and I would tease to have a better grip, but I don't find it a super necessary step, because the glorious part about adding in these clip-in extensions when you have a topper is that I can go even higher, and even though I have this very thin hair on top, the topper is gonna cover it all. Whereas normally I'd be like strategically teasing everything so that you wouldn't see any of the clips. I'm not gonna put in as many layers as I normally would either. I didn't open that one. One of the things that I love about these toppers is that I don't have to worry about teasing the back of my hair to have more volume and then having to brush it out later. The topper does that for me. So you can see I've added some of the layers and it's taking out a little bit of that chunkiness. And I had previously curled these, so I have my curling iron so I can touch up the curls. But I prefer to have it just wavy anyway, so I don't spend a ton of time making those curls stand out. Okay, so here's my topper, and I'm just gonna flip her back. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people will put their toppers right up at the front, but I struggle with that. I feel like for me personally, it looks more natural when I do it further back. I don't mind being able to see my thinning hair kind of here at the front. I like to be able to see that natural line, and I will just fill it in with shadow. Okay. So we're just gonna clip this bad boy in. I want to make it a little bit tighter. I might have put the extensions a little bit too high because they're hitting the exact same part that I want to clip this down. I get nervous on these videos, guys. Truth. All right, so I'm gonna just blend my hair. Okay, so just gonna make this one a little bit further back too. Okay, sorry. So I moved it up a little bit closer. It was a little bit further than I wanted it to be. So this is the shadow that I'm using. This is actually an eyebrow cake powder from NYX, and the color is black gray. This is what I will use on my eyebrows. So I'm just using a small little like smudge brush. I'm just going in that dark brown, I mean it says black, but I'm just filling in those areas around my part to blend them. I kind of can't see what I'm doing right now, so forgive me. Let me just kind of smudge it in. And then I'm going to curl some of these pieces so that the pieces of my hair that I know are going to pop out can blend a little bit better with it. My curling iron is ghetto, guys. It's seen better days as there's a nail popping out of it, but I just love it. So you can do this with a straightening iron or a wand. This is probably too big of a piece. It's too thick. Okay, so you can see some of my little hairs popping out back here. So I would either, just pin those back, or I would add another little layer of extensions if I was feeling like they're poking out too much. Again, that's because my hair is pretty blunt. And the more you curl these pieces in with the rest of the hair, the more that easier it is to blend them in. But I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. There. And I'm okay to have shorter pieces out front because that just adds a little bit of layering. I'm hoping you guys can see. I'd love to get some layering done in the front of this topper. I'm too scared to do it myself. But once I can get to my hairdresser again, I'll ask her to just fix it up for me while I'm wearing it. So you can see how much, like, I'll show you the length. Don't mind me, I'm 15 weeks pregnant here, so it's a little bulgy. But you can see all the length that adds. Love it. Love it. And what I love the most about toppers, I think I already said this, was that I don't have to worry about short hairs on top that are coming out because I'm just putting extensions underneath. This covers all of that. So it's just looks like hair. Va-voom. So stay tuned. I will show you guys how I do fun braids incorporating my hair and the topper hair. And probably if you want to see a tutorial of how I fill it in with foundation and stuff. But you can see even with just the shadow how well that blends. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and don't forget, you can check below. I have a code for this topper for 15%